Yo, what's up, YouTube business? Mr.BuyTheDip back here with another video. It's going to be a quick video. I'm just going to talk about certain stocks I want you to buy, certain stock I think this is a good buy. NVIDIA, Walmart, VID Income, all these three stocks are on Cash App. So you're a teenager wanting to invest. You're a younger guy trying to invest, learn to invest. Invest in these stocks. Okay, start out for a year or two, invest in these stocks, and move on with bigger money, more capital into Robinhood Webull. That is the most best simple approach you can do. That's what I did. That's what a lot of people I know did. Okay, if you look at VID Income. The only reason this is a attractive stock because of the dividend yield. Okay, I'm gonna keep it straight, simple, forward. 5.6% dividend yield monthly. That's money that's gonna come back to your account monthly. Okay, so that is why I love Reality Income. Now the next one is Walmart. This is a consistent stock, consistently builds up yearly, or at one point up 60%. Imagine what they can do in the next 5 years. They're keeping up with Amazon. Their e-commerce is very, very competitive. They know how to deliver. Okay, their income statement is also very good. Okay, they were dealing with losses. They were dealing with downtime, and their business not running as smoothly. But guess what the stock did? The stock performed. This is a uptrend in the full year. Okay, this is what I call the uptrend yearly. Now, there's the uptrend. You can measure this uptrend monthly, you can measure this uptrend weekly, or you can measure this uptrend within a day, right? So if you look at 126 and 321, you could say this is an uptrend. You can draw this out on a chart, and I'm going to show you what chart I'm talking about, and I'm going to get into some notes. First of all, let's hit the notes. All right, so Walmart is a good stock to buy. Defensive, recession-resistant business, consistent revenue from groceries and essentials. This is just business qualities that the stock has. Whenever you invest, look into the business as you literally own it, right? So what am I doing right? What am I doing bad? What do I need to work on? And think about it in your perspective. If you owned Walmart, right, and you are looking at your cash flow, you're looking at your business as a whole, right, and looking at how many stores there are of Walmart in the whole United States. It's over 10,000 stores, guys. Okay, so that is a lot of stores. So when you look at that and you look at their business idea of they were producing more and more stores, that gives you another idea of McDonald's. What did McDonald's do when they started out? I don't know if you guys knew, but they pushed this narrative of producing more and more locations, more and more stores. That is exactly what Walmart did, and which is great for, it's more convenient. You'll always find a Walmart 10 minutes away from you. Okay, now strong dividend history, low volatility, good for long-term stability and steady growth. Now, when we're talking about this crazy stock that moves up and down like NVIDIA, high risk, high reward in the tech industry, a lot of people are very amazed by these AI chips, blah, 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 right? You need something to balance this out. So get something that's going to give you monthly income, like Reality Income. And on top of that, get something that's going to give you consistent income over time, like Walmart. Now, let's get into the app I use to analyze some of these trends, analyze some of these patterns, and which help me invest. Let's use Apple as an example, okay? And look at the 5 years. Actually, let's use Walmart because that's what we're talking about, okay? So if we look at Walmart, in 5 years, they've been up 143%. Okay, but if you look at the trend in 5 years, this is an uptrend. You see how it's a small increase upwards. This is called an uptrend. As simple as that. But this is on the 5-year time frame. Now, if we go to a year time frame, still it's an uptrend, somewhat of an uptrend. It consolidates a little bit, but finds itself up, which is a good. It's a good indicator. Now, in order to identify these trends day to day, you need to be on your charts. Okay, this is a strong squeeze up, right? This is what I call a very powerful gap up. So if you're not on your charts, you won't know what the certain candle means. Okay, when you see a candle like this and you have two wicks that goes all the way to 80, I want you to see this. So 98.82, and then the last wick was right here to 98.49. That means the price is trying to go there and it's trying to go down, but they closed right here. Okay, so they opened up here and closed right here. So you need to realize where the stock is closing, where is it opening, and what is the range. So this is what I call the range, 98.82 to 98.49. Okay, that is the range of the stock. And if you look at the stock within within a month, let's do a month, okay, you'll see a lot of these patterns better on a computer, right? But you can also use a phone, and you see this candle like this, doji candles, green candles, and you'll see where is price gapping up from. So that is very useful to see. But I usually get on the minute time frame and look at these uptrends. So let's say I want to point out an uptrend. Okay, well, let's see, price is going up, 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 up. How is this an uptrend? Well, just look at the chart. Okay, click here on this little pencil. Okay, do trend line, tap on the trend line, and you can draw your trend line. So what this is going to do is it's going to pinpoint kind of where, where the stock is going. So 98.41 to 98.72. This is a very small push up, right? But if you look at this over here, okay, this stock goes all the way up to 98.9. Then let's look down to one of the lower lows. Well, that's a very small, range. Well, let's see a bigger range. This stock has moved from 98.10 all the way to 98 highs. Now you can pinpoint these all the way down to 97.9, and this is just within hours, right? This analysis, this same analysis can be done on a weekly time frame, on a monthly time frame, and a yearly time frame. That way you can see more price swings. So you're not going to see too much of this in Walmart, but the idea of this is just to show you guys how to identify an uptrend. This is called an uptrend. A downtrend on the other hand side is just the downside. For example, if you think about a mountain, right? A mountain goes up, so it's upside down V, okay? So it's going to go up and come down. And in order to know if you're in a downtrend, just try to draw, right? Just try to draw on the chart. As simple as that. On the other hand, we have reality income. It's a good stock to buy. Monthly dividends, great for passive income. Now, if you're just buying and holding Walmart for 5 years, load something up like an ETF or a dividend paying stock monthly, where you can collect that income while you're working your regular job or you're dealing with your regular business, right? This is just additional income that you're going to get from the market just from having money sitting in there. Money makes money, as simple as that, right? Now, keep one high risk dividend, high risk, high reward stock. I always like the idea of taking your money and placing it in something that can reward you more, right? Because if you're young, you have more time. If time is on your side, nothing can defeat you. Okay, if you're 25 learning how to invest, aim for 40, 45 for retirement. You have 15 years. In those 15 years, if you can catch a early tech startup, a early tech stock that's popping, right? And you put in 80K in that stock and you have 60K safely invested, that is not a bad idea, right? By the time you're 38, 37, think about that $80,000 you put into a stock like NVIDIA back in 2021. That would have made you way over six figures. You would have probably made 600,000 easy, right? And let me show you guys what I mean. So if I go here and type in NVIDIA and we look at the last 5 years of NVIDIA's performance, you're gonna see what I mean. So if I look at the last 5 years, this is up 1,800%. Okay, so this is the type of money that you can retire and you would never have to look at your boss's face ever again. I mean, the people who took the right risk and put 100K in NVIDIA, they are definitely living life right now. Money gives you room to invest in real estate. It gives you room to invest in more businesses, and it gives you room to just invest in your regular ETF that you're going to use for retirement. Okay, so imagine and think about how much money did NVIDIA's software developers make, NVIDIA's AI engineers make, right? That is something to really think about because they get a stock buyback at half of the price. Okay, but overall, the whole idea of this video is to understand these stocks, understand why I'm buying certain stock, why I have certain stock on my radar, and what the plan is for the future. Okay, so let's look at resistance and support levels. This picture shows you exactly what I was talking about. A downtrend comes after resistance and support, after support has been broken multiple times or resistance has been broken multiple times. This is what an uptrend is. It is the stock consolidating, right, moving sideways, then it breaks resistance level. If you look at this chart, okay, resistance level is where a stock is shying away from price. So when we break that price, we are in the golden zone, and that is where price is attempting a new high. Okay, now this new high could be a weekly high, this could be a monthly high, this could be a 52-week high. So keep that in mind. If you know these small techniques, and you put one and one together, you're going to be the best investor that that you would ever be, and you would make some strategies while you're investing. The good thing about this field is you can be self-learning, or you can learn from other people, but the more you learn yourself, the more you're going to realize it's not as hard, but it's the hardest way to make easy money. Okay, that's one of the sayings I really love the most is you can take the risk of 10,000, 20,000, but if you don't have a stop loss, you don't know what to do with that money. So as simple as that. NVIDIA, Walmart, reality income. I told you guys about TradingView. I told you guys about starting out on Cash App, and that is it for the video. Mr.BuyTheDip is out. I'm gonna make my Robinhood account soon. I'm so excited. I'm ready to make some good money in the next 4 years based on the stuff I have planned. I am long on NVIDIA. I am going to hold Walmart, and I'm going to throw QQM in there and the S&P 500 in there. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe. Mr. BuyTheDip is out. Like, comment, and share this video if you can. All right.